Hey everyone, you've landed on Faith, Hope, and Grace, and I want to welcome you to my channel. Gigi here, and it's time for Bedtime Stories with Gigi, a channel for kids of all ages. And a great bedtime story is coming right up. The first group of stories that we will be reading is called Friends and Play, and we're going to see what they have in store for us. Good evening. Welcome back. We're ready for our next story in the Friend and Play. Can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight. This story is called The Echo. Johnny was lonesome, very lonesome. He and his mother and father had just moved to the country. There were some dandy hills and some exciting caves in the hills near the river. It was almost a perfectly nice place to live. But Johnny had no one to play with. No one. This made Johnny super sad. Today, he was mighty sad and very lonesome. It just wasn't a good day for Johnny. He climbed to the top of the hill to see if there was anyone around to play with. Nope. Johnny couldn't see any boys, couldn't see any girls, couldn't see any dogs, couldn't see any kittens. He was alone on the hill. He couldn't find anyone. I wonder if there is another boy on top of that hill over there. It's too far away to see anybody. Maybe if I yell, somebody will hear me, Johnny said to himself. Johnny took a deep breath and yelled as loud as he could. Hello! To his surprise, he heard, hello, from across the valley. Well, what do you know about that? Johnny chuckled. There's a little boy over there on top of that hill, and he sounds like he's about my age. How are you? Johnny called. How are you? Came back from across the valley. I'm fine, Johnny answered. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? I already said I'm fine, Johnny screamed. I already said I'm fine, came back from across the valley. Hmm, Johnny said softly, almost to himself. I wonder what kind of boy is over there. Every time I call to him, he says the very same thing back to me. Is he trying to play some kind of game with me? Hey, are you trying to be funny? Johnny snapped. Hey, are you trying to be funny? Came back from across the valley. Okay, wise guy, I'm coming over to fix you good, Johnny bellowed. Okay, wise guy, I'm coming over to fix you good, was the reply. Johnny's face got red. He was angry. He thought of some not so nice things to say to that kid on the next hill. Oh, what if he's bigger than I am? What if he's a great big guy? What if he's 10 feet tall? Johnny was scared. He was really scared. Suddenly, he ran down the hill, stormed into the house, and scrambled under the blanket on his bed. Why, Johnny, said Mother, what on earth is wrong? It's that kid on the other hill, Mom. I was trying to be friendly to him when all of a sudden he started saying bad things to me. That's strange. Are you sure you didn't start saying bad things to him first? Mother asked. No, Mom, I'm really sure. He started it, said Johnny, just peeking out from under the blanket. Well, I have an idea, Mother said. Let's go to the hill again, and I'll listen while you tell that boy you are sorry that you said mean things to him. I can't do that, Mom, Johnny cried. You don't understand. He's bigger than I am, and he will never make up with me. Come on, I'll go with you, said Mother. Let's go now. We'll give it a try. Slowly, Johnny crawled out from under his blanket. He didn't want to climb that hill and talk to that big, mean kid again. He'd had enough hassle from him for one day. In fact, he didn't want to talk to that kid for a long time, maybe never. Johnny would rather be sad and lonesome than to talk to that meanie. But Johnny knew he had to obey his mother, so off they went. Johnny's knees knocked as he slowly walked up to the top of the hill. Mother was walking with him, but Dad didn't help one bit. Well, maybe only a little bit. When they reached the top, Johnny looked over the valley and then slowly looked at the great big hill on the other side. Stared at the bottom of the hill and then slowly looked up the hill to the very top. I sure hope that he's not mad anymore, Johnny whispered to himself. Anyway, now that I'm up here, I may as well do what Mother said. I'm very sorry, Johnny said, not nearly as loud as the first time he talked to the big, mean kid. I'm very sorry, the voice replied. I can't believe it, Mom, Johnny said. He's sorry too. Do you want to be my friend? Johnny asked. Do you want to be my friend? The voice replied. Yes, I want to be your friend, Johnny shouted. Yes, I want to be your friend, the voice shouted back. Mom and Johnny hugged each other as Johnny said, Mom, now I found a new friend. That kid over there isn't angry with me anymore. Mother just smiled at Johnny. You see, being nice to someone is the best way to make a friend. Mother didn't tell Johnny the secret about the echo. They were going to talk about that when she tucked him in at bedtime. The end.